Do opposites attract? I keep seeing that come up, and so I want to speak to you about that. I am for your values to be aligned with the person that you're dating and your vision, like for what you want in your life. That's super important. And so, like, if you want kids and they don't want kids, I wouldn't be like opposites attract. It's not like that, right? Like, it's not like when you want opposite things in your life. We're talking about more like, if you're someone that likes to stay in and then you are, kind of talking to someone that likes to go out. Those are things or someone that's, maybe really into reading certain types of books, but not like the ones that you like to read, or watches different shows, or, things like that. Okay. And this is what I have to say about that. Okay. As long as they prioritize you and your happiness, and they're not pushing something on you that isn't making you feel good. So for example, if you're a bit of an introvert, you don't really want to go out, and the person is like, oh my God, let's go out, and kind of, challenging you a little bit. I think that's great that they're challenging you and they're probably adding value to your life. But if you, for some reason, are like not open at all, and you're like, I don't want to do that activity, or I don't want to, and they're not like being compassionate and empathetic to that, then it's bye-bye time. It's bye-bye. It's all about, are they prioritizing you? Are they adding value to your life? I do think that it's healthy, actually, where, if you're a certain type of way and you're matching with someone that is opposite in those kind of ways, it could add value to your life. You can expand. Like, a lot of times we're limiting ourselves. And so I am for connecting with people that are not exactly like you, and that's okay. And so, like, I think, even with Will and I wasn't crazy religious, but I had a strong faith, and I was into like past lives, and I was into like, reading books about it, and very kind of opposite to Will. Will was like, skeptical. He had gone to MIT. He's very like scientific, and if there's a proof. So we're really opposite with that. But he came in really open-minded and really respectful of me, and never judged me, and he actually was just curious and kept asking me questions. And now both of us, faith is so important to our family, to us. And so like, we're really aligned with all of that. But it's interesting how we came into and how we met. We were pretty opposite. And like, also I am, when I go to a party, when I go out, I'm just like very extroverted out, and I love to go out. Like, I'm like, I can be the last one standing anywhere. Let's go dancing, da da da. He's more like, let's stay in. I'm happy. He's like a homebody. He can still go out and have fun, but like, I'm the one that's kind of always wanting to, and he prioritizes me, and he's like, all right, let's go, whatever you want to do. And so like, that's what I'm saying too. Don't limit yourself. Like, if you are like, for example, looking at apps, like the profiles, and they're like, I'm a homebody, and you like to go out, I don't want you to be like, bye. I would want you to say, well, that's not a deal breaker. It's not a bye moment if he's, a homebody and you're not. I think that what's more important is to engage in conversation with them and see, what are their priorities. And, if they say it is, I see a vision in my life of having a family, and like, where they would prioritize you. And just because they like to stay at home doesn't mean they would always stay home and never go out with you. So like, this is where I feel like you have to be willing to have conversations. It's not like just see their profile and just blind, practically like, okay, well, bye so quickly. That's not what it's about. I don't want you to jump to conclusions when you see something that is opposite to who you are. I instead want you to be open-minded, to challenge yourself and say, well, I'm not like that, but that's interesting. I'm curious about it, and you can ask them about it. If you're a dog person or a cat person, like, oh my God, are you going to be like, bye? Like, I wouldn't want you to, you know what I mean? So I do feel like there's something happening in the dating culture where, we are kind of just, not giving importance to the person that comes across your path, either in real life or on the apps, and you're just quickly swiping them away and jumping to these conclusions based off of one thing you see that could be opposite to who you are. This is where you're making a mistake. Okay? I have seen over and over with my clients, they are finding the love of their life because they're willing to challenge their, regular things that they always do. Like they actually even share their screen with me. And I swipe with them because a lot of times subconsciously you're just ending up in the same pattern. And so it's, I obviously can't be all up in your business, right? I will drop the links below if you do want to connect on a free call. You and me can talk and see if private coaching is right for you, or maybe group coaching is a better route for you because it's more budget friendly. But either way, what I'm trying to say is that something about the way that if you're like hearing this, you're like, oh, whoopsie daisies, I'm like swiping left on all these people because of, they're opposite to me or certain things. Are you willing to challenge that? And are you willing to say, well, shit, maybe I am in my own way. And maybe I'm not finding my person, not because the universe wants to make sure I'm single forever, but maybe you're meant to meet someone. You're listening to me, and this is like a sign for you to actually do something different. So yeah, maybe you can go in your own space and keep yourself accountable. 100%. I would love for you to do that. And like, make sure you don't just, you know what I mean? It's like autopilot swiping left on everybody. Like, be intentional as you swipe. Be intentional as you talk to people at these parties that you're going to for the holidays. Ask them questions. See if they're aligned, if they're opposite. Instead of judging it and jumping to conclusions, be curious and see, oh my gosh, maybe I've never tried that, but would I be open to that? Could that actually add value to my life? Let me know if this is landing with you, if this is resonating. Tell me if you're like, okay, Jackie, I am accepting the challenge. And I want you to give an opposite person, someone with opposite traits, a chance, because together you guys would be an amazing force, right? And so but it's all about what qualities are opposite. Like, I never want you to be like, I'm super respectful. I never flirt with other people. They flirt with other people. That's disrespectful, and that's unacceptable, and that's a bye-bye moment. Do you see what I mean? So just don't tolerate bullshit. It's about, oh, are they opposite in these ways that do not hurt you and could only add value to your life? That is what I'm saying, okay? I really hope that you do not settle for anything less than crazy love, because it has to be crazy love or nothing. Until next time, thank you for listening.